Hey, this is Brian Urban with Counselor, and I just want to take a moment to show you the fully integrated call tracking system that we've created within Counselor. Really excited about it, and we think it provides a lot of flexibility and a lot of applicability to you in your practice. It enables you to create your own marketing campaigns, use those as you need in whatever media sources that you want, and then track those calls as they come in, and then all the way through the process, all the way through the patient purchasing devices, and then enables you to analyze that data all in one place. All right, so really quickly, I want to show you how that process would work. So first off, you can set up the call campaign right within Counselor. You can access individual marketing numbers, so you can have as many numbers as you like, and I'll talk about that in a moment. You can name the marketing campaigns however you want. There's a lot of features here I won't go into great detail, but let's just show you one that's already in play here. So we can fill in where we want the number forwarded to, the cost, the date range. We can activate what we call a whisper message, and this is where when your office manager picks up the phone, with the patient dialed in, office manager picks up the phone, they immediately can hear where the patient is calling from. So if the patient saw the phone number in a newspaper ad, they will hear, in this case, Daily Times. So your office manager knows before the patient even comes on the line where that call is coming from. Okay, so this is an area where you can set everything up, get things in place. You can set these all up well in advance. So if you're looking at creating all your marketing campaigns for the next quarter or next 2 quarters, you can have those all in place, view them, modify them as needed. Then once the date range occurs, patients start calling in that number. Like as I mentioned, your office manager will get the call. The call will come in, and when they pick it up, they would then hear that whisper message, and then they would go ahead and click on the call center. The call center is a place where it's going to show them all active calls coming in. So now let's just say that there's a call actually coming in right now. The office manager would pick up that phone, click on call center, and then it will bring up, here we go, the call is ringing, it's coming in right now. They would click on that call and then can start to get information. So they would log, they're the person who's taking that call. They can also note, for example, here whether or not it's a real call. So if this is a telemarketer or an existing patient, you can note that straight away, and that way you're tracking it, but it won't count towards your overall ROI. But let's call this a marketing call. And then on the fly, they basically can say, all right, well, let's figure out who this patient is, and let's apply this to an individual patient. And that enables you to basically say, okay, here's the call coming in. Let's see if they're already an active patient. So we can do a quick search. I'm sorry, that was the quick add. We can do a quick search, and it shows us that, yes, in fact, we actually have a couple patients with that same number. So they must live in similar areas. And then we can go ahead and add that patient to this campaign. So point being, it's all been streamlined so far. Now we can go ahead and say, great, so James is the person we want on this. Now we're going to go ahead and create an appointment for James. Point being, as all part of this process, the calls are being tracked all the way through. So you don't have to worry about integrating different systems. It's all going to be contained within Counselor. Now, once you schedule the appointment for, in this case for Mr. Jones, it's going to fill in the referral type automatically. It puts in the patient name. So as an office manager, you don't have to worry about figuring out which is the correct one. It's already being designated. Okay. Now, once you have that appointment in place, of course, all this information gets tracked. And I should mention before we go on, you also can create a survey at the end so that you can score the call, and you also can have recordings of the calls. So it enables you to go back anytime and review those calls and listen to them and see what happened, what could be improved potentially. Now, once the patient comes in, they have their appointment, you're testing or a consultation, and you fit the devices. That process is all tracked through Counselor. So the end result is you can look at your dashboard and you can see specifically, all right, here is the newspaper ad for the Sun-Times we're running right now. It runs through March 13th. This is our cost of our campaign. This is our average cost of calls, all the way through the ROI. Okay, so we want to have this all together as a place where you can very quickly set up your marketing campaigns, have a streamlined process so when your office manager receives the calls, everything's contained within the system. It goes step to step. And then, of course, on the back end of all this, being able to analyze your data, see what happened, and make intelligent, informed decisions going forward. So you can look through any of your campaigns at any time, make comparisons, and always drop them, of course, into a spreadsheet if you like. Now, as far as the integrated call tracking system itself goes, as I mentioned, you can have as many numbers as you like. So the rate for the call tracking system is $19.95 per line. There's a minimum of 2 lines. But you can have as many beyond that as you like. That also is variable, so you can change that as needed, but ultimately lets you set a number of marketing numbers that you need at that time. Go ahead, use those, implement them in the system, and then track them all the way through the process. So we're very excited about this. We think it brings a whole new level to the ability to track your marketing leads and then follow them all the way through the system. So please let us know if we can assist in any way. We're very happy to talk this through with you individually to figure out how it can work best for your practice. But please let us know if we can assist in any way. And have a wonderful day.